Hey, this will be a video chart on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. What I want to do real quick though is go over a blog article I did on my website right here, Bull Warrior Stocks, last week. So this is the front page, and if you scroll down a little bit, you can see it too. But right here, I entitled it, running low on gas, because I was thinking basically, if you read, pretty much just saying that I thought that there would be a pullback coming based on this chart pattern that you can see right here. It was a rising wedge pattern, and if you know charts and patterns, you know that a rising wedge is never a good thing. So this is what the chart looked like on the 15th when I did this. So this was last week when I wrote this. But I want to get it updated now because not to pat myself on the back, but really just to show the power and show how dangerous these rising wedge patterns can be. So let's go to the chart, and here you have the rising wedge right here in blue, and you can see kind of what's happened since then. This is what it looked like on the 15th when I did the article. Monday or Tuesday we had that good day, had another big red one, and then this is where things fell apart. And today, not much better. I should note that it's 3:29 p.m. Eastern time, so still have about a half an hour left within the day. And right now we're currently down 168 points. The Nasdaq's actually down 53, which equates to 2.3%. But nonetheless, as suspected, this rising wedge has taken effect, and we can now see a much deeper pullback than what we've had. The key thing to note is the 50-day simple moving average, which is this purple line. We have not been below it, or I should say, we have not closed below it since back here in basically June. So it's been a long time. We've bounced off it nicely a few times, but as you can see right here, that wasn't the case this time. We have now fallen through it. So, I'm thinking that we're going to have more of a deeper pullback than what we, had obviously the other times. Pulling back up the blog article, you can see that right here I mentioned the price target of 10,100. That is still currently what I have as a price target, just because simply if you look back over here, you can see that's where previous highs are. So this is an area of support. So let's go back to the chart, and I'll get that mapped out on here. But here's right around this 10,100 area, and once again, I have chosen that as a price target because this is a support area based on those being previous highs. So I'll make that green for support. So we'll kind of have to see. I personally think that we're headed down here. We might get a few sideways days, but I think at least the wick will come down here and hit that. But until we kind of visit down there, I think we're going to remain in this kind of pullback here. I don't foresee really any sort of big move coming back up. Always possible with the crazy markets, but I think the bears have established some momentum here in the downwards direction. So we'll kind of see what happens. So the question becomes now kind of what happens if this doesn't hold? Then where are we headed? So for that, pull back the chart a little bit more, and my personal next price target after this support would be this next kind of wave of highs we had over here. This level was at right over here. If you kind of look, about 98.50, I'd call it. So after 10,100, my next personal price target would be 98.50. So yes, I've had a few questions. Do I think 10,000 will hold? And my answer to that is if this level here falls, if 10,100 cannot hold, then I don't think 10,000 holds either. And I think we'll have a good chance of coming down here and testing out this 98.50 region. But I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves right now. We haven't even tested this first price target. Looks like we will, but that's as far as I'm going to go in terms of support levels beneath us right now. As far as resistances go, it's essentially just our previous supports. Obviously we had the 50-day simple moving average, just purple line, acting as a great support. So now this is really the key resistance that we're going to have in any sort of move back up. We're now going to need to try to get back through this, and that'll take quite a bit of push. Obviously it took quite a bit of push to get down below it, so it'll be the same on trying to get back above it now. I'm still confident it can. I don't think this is some sort of reversal for the overall chart. I mean, we have to keep in mind, check out this chart here. This was a pretty nasty pullback that lasted a couple months, but we then saw the results of it. And we've had plenty of these little pullbacks, but so do I think that we're going to crash all the way down to these lows? No, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a couple of these support levels get tested before hopefully stabilizing out some. So no, I'm not saying, and I'm not calling for a reversal of the overall trend. I'm just saying that in the short term to medium term, I think we got some consolidating to do before making any sort of high or a high. So, for those of you that read the blog article or maybe just noticed this rising wedge pattern on your own, congratulations. Hopefully you locked in some profits earlier this week, or maybe even bought some puts or did some shorting or something. If you did that, I'm sure you're happy right now. But for the time being, we'll just have to see how it reacts when it gets down into this area here. And if it decides to head back up, it'll be very interesting to see how much of a fight this 50-day simple moving average puts up. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message. If you are not yet but interested, I'd encourage you to go to bullwarriorstocks.com, this site right here. All you got to do is enter in your email right there, and when you sign up, you'll get a free ebook, and then you'll get put on the newsletter, which goes over chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. And best part is, it's all free. So all you have to do is go to bullwarriorstocks.com and sign up there, and you'll be all set to go. So I hope everybody has a good weekend. And next week, I'm pretty curious to see how the Dow and the rest of the markets react. So everybody enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you on Monday.